Hello students, let us learn about some interesting features of spreadsheet. In the preceding chapter, you were introduced to another important and useful application of Microsoft Office Suite, that is Microsoft Excel. You learned its basic features like entering data, performing calculations and saving the workbook. In this chapter, you will learn various ways to select and enter data, modify the cell contents, insert and delete the columns or rows, etc. Before we move further, let us recall. A range is a group of contiguous cells which form the shape of a rectangle. When you select a range, the selection becomes dark with a border around it. Let us start with selecting cells. We often have to select a group of cells to perform various operations, such as copying, moving, inserting, or deleting. Selection can be made in any of the following ways. To select, action. A row or column. Click on the row or column heading. Entire worksheet. Press Ctrl+A or click on the Select All button located on the top of the first row heading. Adjacent rows or columns. Select the first row or column, then hold down the Shift key while you select the last row or column. Non-adjacent rows or columns. Click on the row or column, then hold down the Control key while you select the other rows or columns for selection. Range of cells. Click on the cell you wish to start your selection from. Hold the left mouse button and drag the mouse to the diagonally opposite corner cell or select the first cell, and while keeping the Shift key pressed, click on the last cell in the range. Students know the fact. To select multiple ranges, select the first range of cells. Hold down the Control key and select another range of cells. Students, let's know more. Using the Extend mode, select the starting cell of the range. Press F8 key. The status bar displays Extend Selection mode. Press the right arrow or down arrow key for the selection of range of cells. You can also click the starting cell and then the diagonally opposite cell, that is the ending cell of the range. The range of cells will be selected. Let us find out how to enter special numbers, date and time. To enter special numbers. Sometimes while entering numbers, you want to retain the leading zero. For example, you want to enter the STD code of Delhi, which is 011. As soon as you press enter, after typing 011 in the cell, you will observe that the leading zero gets dropped. To overcome this problem, you need to type an apostrophe before the number, like this, 011. Students note that the entry apostrophe 011 will be treated as text. This entry will be ignored if used in a function. To enter date and time, select the cell and enter the date and time. You can separate the date elements either with a slash or hyphen, or use formats such as 11th October 2016. Excel recognizes and supports a variety of date formats. To display the enter date in different formats, select the cell containing the date. Click on the Format drop-down button in the Cells group on the Home tab and select the Format Cells option. The Format Cells dialog box will appear. Choose any desired format of date and time by clicking on the Date and Time option respectively in the category list on the Number tab. Let's take a quick view. To repeat the last action or command, press F4 key. Now let us understand how to change cell contents. The characters and numbers typed in a worksheet can be seen both in a cell as well as on the formula bar. After entering the contents in a cell, you can press either the Enter key or the Enter button on the formula bar to accept the entry. When you type in the new data in the cell, the two buttons Cancel and Enter will appear on the left of formula bar. Cell contents can be modified in two ways. Replacing cell contents using Edit mode. Replacing cell contents. You can edit the cell contents directly and replace them with a new entry. Open a new worksheet and type in the data as shown in the figure. Select the cell whose content has to be changed. Let us say D6. Now type 65 in that cell and press the Enter key. Note that the previous value 56 is replaced with 65. Similarly, try to change the contents of other cells. Using Edit mode. Select the cell D6. Double-click on the cell. Notice that the data is displayed in the formula bar. The insertion point will blink within the cell. Note that the edit mode is indicated on the left side of the status bar. Position the pointer at the desired place and change the contents. Press the Enter key. The changes will be entered in the current cell. Notice the edit mode indicator changing to the Ready mode. We can also edit the cell contents in the following ways. Select the cell in which editing is to be done and then click on the formula bar. Move the pointer to the position where you want to insert characters. Now make modifications in the formula bar. Turn on the overtype mode by double-clicking on the cell and pressing the Insert key from the keyboard. You will notice that the cursor changes to a blinking bar and the character to the right of the blinking bar gets highlighted. Start typing in the cell. The existing characters will get replaced with the new characters you type. Students, note that you can also change the cell contents by pressing the F2 key after selecting the cell. The cursor will blink at the end of the cell content. Let me explain you how to use Undo and Redo feature. After making modifications in a cell, you may wish to cancel the changes and retrieve the previous data. To undo the last actions performed, use the Undo button on the Quick Access toolbar. The Redo command is used to quickly repeat the last actions that you have performed using Undo command. Click on the Redo button on the Quick Access toolbar. Students, let me share with you some tips. You can use the shortcut keys Ctrl+Z for undo and Ctrl+Y for redo actions. Some actions cannot be undone, such as clicking any command on the File tab menu. If you cannot undo an action, the Undo button changes into Can't Undo. Some actions, such as using a function in a cell, cannot be repeated. If the command or the action cannot be repeated, the Redo button changes into Can't Repeat. Students, let us understand how to insert cells, columns, and rows. At times, while entering data, you may miss out certain entries. In such situations, you may have to insert some cells, columns, or rows in the worksheet. Let us learn it practically. Inserting blank cells. There are two ways to insert blank cells. Select the range of cells where you want to insert the blank cells. You should select the same number of cells as you want to insert in the spreadsheet. Now, right-click on the range and select the Insert option. Or select the Insert button in the Cells group on the Home tab. Click on the Insert Cells option from the drop-down list. In both the cases, you will get the Insert dialog box. There are 4 different options to choose within the dialog box as displayed in the figure. Select the desired option and click on OK. Inserting a column. To insert a single column, select the column or cell to the left of which a new column is to be inserted. For example, select the column E. Click on the arrow next to the Insert option in the Cells group on the Home tab and choose the Insert Sheet Columns option. Excel inserts blank column to the left of column E and shifts the entries of column E to column F. Let's take a quick view. Press Ctrl plus Shift plus 7 to apply outline border around the selected cell or a range of cells. Students, let me give you some important tips. You can insert a row by selecting the row and then choosing Insert, then Insert Sheet Rows in the Cells group on the Home tab. To insert multiple cells or columns or rows, select the same number of cells, columns, rows that you want to insert and choose the Insert command accordingly. To insert non-adjacent columns, hold down the Ctrl key while you select non-adjacent columns and select the Insert, then Insert Sheet columns. Let me explain you how to copy and move data. Copying refers to duplicating data, that is text, numbers, formulae, either in the same worksheet or in a different worksheet. Moving refers to changing the position of data, either in the same worksheet or in a different worksheet. The moved or copied data is stored temporarily in a location in the computer memory called clipboard. To move or copy data, use the cut, copy and paste commands. Copying and pasting data. Select the cell or range of cells you want to copy. Let us say B4 is to D4. Click on the copy button in the clipboard group. The moving dash line will appear around the selected cells. Select the destination cell, let us say F6, and click on the paste button in the clipboard group. The text will be copied to the new location. If you want to paste the same data in other cells also, you simply need to click on the paste button after selecting them. Let me share with you some tips. You can also copy the data of cells or a range of cells by using the shortcut menu. Select and right-click on the cells from where the data is to be copied. Click on the Copy option in the shortcut menu. Now, right-click on the cell where you want to place the selected data and click on the Paste option. After finishing the copying operation, you can remove the moving border around the selected cells by pressing the Escape key. Students, let us find out how to delete cells, columns and rows. Deleting cells. Select the range of cells to be deleted. On the Home tab, click on the drop-down arrow of the Delete button and select the Delete Cells option. The Delete dialog box appears displaying 4 options. Choose the appropriate option and observe the change. Deleting columns or rows. Select the column to be deleted by clicking on its header. Click on the Delete drop-down menu in the Cells group on the Home tab and select the Delete Sheet Columns option. Or right-click on the header of the selected column and choose the Delete option. Students, note that you can delete a row in the same way as you delete a column, that is, by clicking on the row header and choosing Delete Sheet Rows from the options of Delete drop-down button. Or right-click on the row header and choose the Delete option. Moving data around. Sometimes you find that the placement of data is not appropriate. You need not to delete and retype it. Excel allows you to move the data around the worksheet using drag and drop method. Select a cell or a range of cells. Position the mouse pointer at the edge of the selected cells. Notice that the pointer changes from a white cross symbol to a move pointer symbol. Drag the selected cell or a range of cells to a new destination and release the mouse button. The data will be moved to a new location. Students, all the editing features that we have discussed in this chapter are available in Excel 2007 also. Students know the fact that to clear the contents of the cell, select the cell, click on the Clear button in the Editing group on the Home tab. Select the Clear All option. You can also clear the contents of the cells by highlighting them and then pressing the delete key. Students, now let us learn how to change row height and column width. In Excel, we can adjust the row height and the column width of the worksheet as per the requirement. The default value for row height and column width is 15 points and 8.43 points respectively. To change the row height, select the row, click on the drop-down arrow of the Format button in the Cells group on the Home tab. Click on the row height option. The row height dialog box appears. Enter the desired value and click OK. The change will be reflected on the selected row. To change the column width, select the column. On the Home tab, click on the drop-down arrow of the Format button. From the displayed list of options, click on Column Width. The Column Width dialog box appears. Enter the desired value and click on OK. Observe the change in the width of the selected column. Students, let's take a quick view. You can minimize the worksheet by pressing Ctrl plus F9 key combination. To maximize the worksheet, press Ctrl plus F10. Students, let us learn how to use autofill feature. Excel provides a wonderful feature called autofill to fill a range of cells with a series of data without typing in it. It is the easiest method to fill data quickly and automatically in the worksheet cells. Select the cell which contains the data. Let us say B1 containing January. Position the pointer at the lower right corner of the cell. The mouse pointer changes to a plus sign called as fill handle. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the fill handle across the cells that you want to fill, say up to B5. Release the button. The months February to May would appear in the cells B2 to B5. Students, let me share with you some tips. If the source cell contains text, a number, a formula, a day, or a month, the autofill feature copies the data from the source cell to the destination cells. In case of numbers, type 2 consecutive numbers to fill the series while using the autofill feature. Alright students, let us talk about custom list. Custom list help in defining the user-defined list. This can save time and reduce errors. You can create custom list in two ways, either by typing in the values in the custom list dialog box or by importing it from the range of cells. Let us understand it practically. Creating list by typing in values. Click on the options present in the File tab. The Excel Options dialog box appears. Select the Advanced option from the left pane of the dialog box. In the right pane under General section, click on the Edit Custom Lists button. The Custom Lists dialog box appears. Select New List in the Custom Lists list box and then type the entries in the List Entries box. Let us say the name of 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia. Press Enter after each entry. When the list is complete, click on the Add button. The list gets added in the Custom list box. Click OK. You will get back to the Excel Options dialog box. Click OK again to close it. Creating list by importing. In the Custom Lists dialog box, specify or select the cell reference containing the list of items in the Import List from Cells box and click on the Import button. The list items will be added in the Custom list box. Click OK twice on each dialog box to close them one by one. Students, note that to import the list of items should already be present in a worksheet. Okay students, let us take a recap of this chapter. To make the entry of digits as text, you have to begin the entry with an apostrophe. The appearance of date and time on a worksheet depends on the number format applied to the cell. By default, you can edit the cell contents directly and replace them with a new entry. The cell contents can also be modified using the F2 key. To copy, cut and paste the data, use Ctrl+C, Ctrl+X and Ctrl+V key combination respectively. Autofill is the easiest method to fill a range of cells with a series of data without typing in it. Custom lists help in defining user-defined lists. This can save time and reduce the errors.